All right, Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord that are prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom, Barakatam. And I'm going to play a little bit of this video, man, just to show you the embarrassing state that America is in, and why it was such a foolish thing for you Israelites to back this guy, man, this guy Biden, you know. And this just further proves the time that we're in, you know, because you know, these supply chains are basically dried up, man. You know, the pressure on the supply chain is about to explode, really, because not only are things not coming into the country as much, but diesel is drying up, man. Diesel, which touches everything. And this guy Joe Biden is basically, he don't give a damn, man. They're going to show you in this video basically how confounded and foolish this place looks. All right, where your own people are mocking you, man. All right. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna get that real quick. My own tongue. Psalm 64:8, it says, so before I even play it, you know, it says, man, this whole scripture is good. Man. But we know it says, verse 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And we know that that's who he's talking about. Well, I'll just read it, man, because this whole chapter is good. Verse 3, it says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And you're going to see how wicked and bitter the words are that come from this guy, man. All right. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? All right. They search out iniquity. They accomplish diligent search. So this guy is going into Biden, how he had a mandatory minimum for crack cocaine, but now his son is basically a crackhead. All right. It says, and this is the leader of the free world, man. All right. You see how the Lord is confounding this place, you know? It says they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of the laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. Salakia. It says, but both the inward, verse 6, both the inward part thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. All right. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Okay. So that is, what do you think that's talking about, man? All right, those sudden arrows. It says it's gonna take 1 hour for this place to be to be obliterated. All right, completely obliterated. Now it says wounded here because all of the Edomites are not in America. All right, but they're gonna be in dire straits, man. This is the time when Esau goes into slavery, man. This is why we're excited. It says, so they shall make their tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. And now we're seeing their own tongue falling upon themselves, man. Let me play some of this video. They're just mocking this guy, man.
This iPhone release, however, is allegedly different from the data on Hunter's laptop. As they scoured the data, 4chan users thought they uncovered President Biden's phone number, which they claim Hunter had him listed as Pedo Pete. It's a perfect code name nobody will ever get.
Wow, man. Just wow, dude. Like your own son did that. All right, which he knows what's going on there. All right, he knows who his father really is, but now it's came out, man. Look at this
number, which they claim Hunter had him listed as Pedo Pete. It's a perfect code name nobody will ever guess.
Right.
While there's no proof to back that
the
up,
Lord is something, man.
His code name for his father in his phone was Pedo Pete.
You can't not cover that.
While there's no proof to back that up, Biden did allegedly go by Peter Henderson in contact with his son. What? Joe Biden referred to himself as Peter Henderson when talking with his son Hunter?
That's the devil,
Like
man.
Tom Clancy novel.
Wow.
So you know that they're all in, because you know that this is the devil. That's how they move, man. You know they doing nefarious things when they going by different code names. All right.
Oh. Okay. According to one unverified claim, 4chan users were sending the phone number allegedly belonging to President Biden memes. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
Of course.
It's also unclear if the data released is real. Well, by the way, I'm going to show you the video of him weighing his crack. I don't mean to bury the lead, but I think I did.
Wow, man. But watch though. And I'm gonna go back to Psalm 64, man, because that's such a good precept to what's going on here, man. But this is Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame." All right. Now, it really doesn't get any more shameful than this for somebody who's supposed to be the leader of the free world, okay? The head honcho, man. Looking stupid out here. Here it is. Your son you're the most powerful man in the world, quote unquote, but your son is a crackhead. All right? Just completely gone rogue, straight fuck up. But he's doing better than than all the Jakes in America, man. Because they're in rulership, you know. I'm gonna read Nahum 3 and 5 again. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face." Man, when the Lord discover your skirts on your face, that means he flipped your skirt up on you, where you can't see, and everybody's looking and laughing at you. All right, and it says, "And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame." Man. All right, it says, "And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock." All right, that's what the Lord is doing, man. These other nations are laughing at you, man. Saudi Arabia, China, Russia, they do not take you seriously at all. And we already knew that it was a matter of time before your own NATO allies turned against you, and we already know that they're planning on doing that. Because they're looking at things like this. Things like this are coming out in the news every few days about this guy Biden, man. And not only is he just making a fool of himself, but he's being more antagonistic. Okay, he's putting sanctions on people. He's fucking up the global economy. Okay, he's starting wars, setting up coups. He's doing all kind of crazy shit, man. You're that drunk guy in the bar starting fights with everybody, man. Now, the people that you came with, the NATO, they got to deal with you now, man. That's written in Obadiah. All right, in Revelation 17. Okay. All your allies, Saudi Arabia, all of them going to back out from that deal with you, man. All right. Obadiah 1 and 7, it says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border." All right, and that border, it means that's because America funds the bulk of NATO. Okay, it's basically America. It's basically an American military funded coalition. All right, and NATO has gotten all the way to the border of their arch enemy Russia, man. And when they brought America all the way to this border, and now that all hell's breaking loose, they're gonna betray America, man. All right, they got you involved in the war in Ukraine, so now Putin's all his million plus military men are now battle hardened because of that war. He's getting more and more geopolitical power. The currency, the ruble, is on top now. It's backed by that. He's striking a deal with Saudi Arabia. So things are turning, man. It says, "The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in it," man. So we know that this is what's happening. All right. But let's keep going on this video.
Let's get to it. Let's get to him. Let's get to him weighing his crack. Here he is. Who does this? Who videotapes himself weighing his crack?
It's like the Richard Nixon of crackheads.
Yes. Yes. The Richard. That's a perfect.
Wow, man.
There you go.
Wow.
His crumpled up cheetah panties on the floor.
Yes.
There-
Yes.
Because he's a
Those
freak.
girls, those are his.
Yes. Yes.
Oh wait.
Look at how your own people are mocking you, laughing at you, man. You out of control, man. All right.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
But nothing's gonna happen to this guy. Here it is. He's on film with crack. Now watch the video that he plays of Biden in a little bit.
Without the bag.
Without the bag.
You talk about these? Those are his. All right. Now let's go back to why this is okay to make fun of him for, and why him and his father are pieces of it. Right? Why do you think it's okay to ridicule Hunter Biden and Joe Biden about his crack use? I'll tell you why. Here's why.
If you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand,
The video perfect because he's got his son literally smoking crack right next to him. All right, this is old Biden. You can see that demonic spirit on him when he had before his cognitive decline. Okay, how wicked he was. He still is, but now he's just mush brain.
quarter of $1. We passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurman and myself and others, a law that says you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice.
You saw him smiling right there. What? That's a wicked ass fucking demon, man. You don't have a choice. You get 5 years just for possessing something that he put in the neighborhoods of Jake, man. His people put that in our neighborhoods, man. And now he's up there smiling, and you niggas went out there and voted for this guy, man. And look at his own son, a complete hypocrite. The scriptures speak about hypocrisy, man. All right. But watch this guy. Watch how they all mock. Watch how their own people mock them.
So why don't you demand that your kid gets put in jail for 5 years? Because you demanded every other person's kid get put in jail for 5 years for being caught with a little bit of crack. Now, he had way more than that, so he should probably get 10 or 15 or 20 years. Why isn't Joe Biden being consistent? Why is there a double standard for Joe Biden's kid, but a different standard for a black kid or anybody else's kid? The reason why blacks are incarcerated is because of Joe Biden at higher rates than the rest of the population is exactly that.
That's facts, man.
Because Joe Biden wrote that crime bill and he was bragging about it. Watch, he's going to brag about it more.
Under
Look
our
at that.
forfeiture statutes, the government can, take everything you own. Everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the dollars from the transaction that you've just got caught engaging in. They can take everything. I don't care.
So does Joe Biden now advocating
Wow.
for his son to be bankrupted by the government, for the government to come in and take his bank accounts?
Now you see why the scriptures say don't put a man over you that's not of your brethren, man. Let me get this Jeremiah 13. Okay, verse 20, Jeremiah 13 and 20, it says, lift up your eyes and behold them that come from the north. All right. Where is the flock that was given thee? This is talking to Judah. All right. When you read up, Judah shall be carried away captive, all of it, and shall be wholly carried away captive. Verse 20, again, it says, lift up your eyes and behold them that come from the north. This is Esau. Where is the flock that was given thee? Thy beautiful flock. What wilt thou say when he shall punish thee? All right. And this guy's punishing us, man. It says, for thou hast taught them to be captains and as chief over thee. Okay? That's you going back to voting booths, voting for so-called Democrats, man. You put them in charge of you, all right? And what did he do? He turned on you. He passed mandatory minimum laws, and 5 years was just the beginning of it. Mandatory minimums got up to 25, 30 years, man. For drugs that he put in our community. It says, for thou hast taught them to be captains, and as chief over thee. Shall not sorrows take thee as a woman in travail? All right? It says, and if thou say in thine heart, wherefore come these things upon me? For the greatness of thine iniquity are thy skirts discovered, and thy heels made bare. This is Jake, man. All right? Now you're out here looking stupid. Now you women are about to be looking foolish because you can't afford $8, $9 gas prices, man. All right? Ridiculous.
It's his house, his cars, and his everything.
That civil forfeiture is one of the biggest
It's
garbage things it's ever. I didn't even know he was that.
Yeah.
He's always bragging about some awful calamity.
That's right. And that's the guy you voted for as the antidote to Trump. That's the guy you voted for as the antidote to Trump. The guy who wants to lock up black and brown people in a highly biased way. So there's more to this.
Why they become a sociopath.
Here, this is the important part. So this is why Joe Biden and his son are horrible human beings.
Watch.
And hypocrites of the highest order. And there's no punishment good enough for both of them. Here we go.
Yeah, they're going into slavery. Both of them.
They can take everything. I don't care why they become a sociopath.
Look.
We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society. They are in jail.
Look
Doesn't
at that
matter.
devil,
I don't
man.
care why he's a crackhead. He should be in jail. That's what Joe Biden's saying about your kid, about my kid, about you. But not his kid. Isn't that something I was told Donald Trump would do?
Right. You see this? Okay. You see how the Lord is exposing this guy, man? All right?
Isn't that a Trumpian thing to do, to have an unbelievable 100% different standard for your kid than for the rest of the world? This is Joe Biden talking tough before his kid was a crackhead.
THRU.
That's him talking tough. And now is there a movement for him to let all the nonviolent drug offenders out of jail? No. Does he want to let people who are in jail, just like his kid, out of jail? No. He wants them to stay in jail. But his kid we should have compassion for his kid, for Hunter Biden, the corrupt, drug addict, crackhead, lying hypocrite of privilege. Hunter Biden, we're supposed to feel sorry for him? I don't feel sorry for him. By Joe Biden standard, Hunter Biden should be in prison and have all of his money taken away from him.
Right.
Happened?
Let me
I
get
was
to the
his own
point.
kid. He's more demented than
I mean, his son,
some free.
a historical.
Crack cocaine. No bigger than this. If you're caught with that, you jail.
Let me get to the other
Judge
point.
doesn't have a choice. Under our
Wicked
forfeiture
ass game,
statutes,
man.
the government can, take everything you own. Everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the dollars from the transaction that you've just got caught engaging in. They can take everything. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to
Look at this.
cordon them off from the rest of society. They are in jail. Away from my mother, your husband, our families. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this?
And see, they're the ones that put their drugs in the neighborhood. But now he don't want to see. You see how wicked this devil is, and you stupid ass niggas, man, out there voting, man.
must be taken off the street.
And who is he talking about? Jake. Let's go back to Psalm 64, put it in context. It says, and I'll end it here, man, because we basically seen enough of it. This guy's through, man. All right? If you still a pro-America, there's no breath in you. The Lord is not dealing with you. And ultimately, you're going to wax worse and worse and going to be destroyed. Because it doesn't get any more clear than this, okay? Psalm 64:2, hiding from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. This is an insurrection, all right, because they pass laws. First they bring in the product that they want to persecute you on. Then they pass laws where they can enslave you again. All right. Then they get on the House floor, the Senate floor, the news media, and then they demonize you with words. They put you in categories. They get stigmas and stereotypes put on you. Those bywords and proverbs. Okay. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. All right. Because they was planning this, man. When they let Jake out of slavery, man, they already had plans to do this. It was just a matter of time. That whole civil rights, that was straight bullshit, man. That was to get women out from underneath the order of the man. That's what the civil rights did. It got the women out of the household, and when the women got out of the household, they got underneath the order of the man to do their own thing, to join the workforce, so Esau can tax them as well. And then what did they do when they got in the workforce? They started Cosmo magazine, Jet, Ebony. All of these media outlets started pumping these women full of false nonsense, saying they don't need men, they're independent. 10 ways to get a man, 10 ways to lose a man. All right. Getting you more and more bought into vain things like makeup. Companies like L'Oreal and all of these all of these companies skyrocketed after the civil rights movement, man. All right. So this was a plan. All the while he's dropping crack off in the neighborhoods in the 70s and 80s. All right. And then he starts the war on drugs. And then once he starts the war on drugs, then he got laws that makes the judge can't even have mercy on you, man. Even if the judge wanted to have mercy, he's got to give you 5 years. He's got to give you 25, 30 years. You see? It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying of snares privily. Okay? This is them communing, man. They're on the house floor. He's preaching to his own people. Okay? It says they say, who shall see them? They search out the iniquities. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. All right? That's them. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded, man. All right? So this is talking about none other than Esau, Edom here. And we clearly see that, man. All right?
There he is. And that's after he had his hair transplant.
I was gonna ask, that's because he's got like a squirrel pelt now?
Yeah, no, he had a
like
real
a coonskin cap, like.
Mockery, man. So with that, hopefully our brothers were edified. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachak Wadash, Wa Abba Babal, and Shalom.